Alrighty, so got another featured first 10 for you, this time between Stonebunny99 and DFW's TigerLily. Stone Bunny is in our local scene, in our local community, and I'm not sure I've seen her play before, but I'm here on commentary. I'm Spiraler, and with me I have...
ConManSlam.
Yeah, so we're going to try to commentate for you. Now, looks like they're going here. Alright, ooh, nice little EX Hayate in the corner. You can get a little bit something more off that if you can get a regular light Hayate after that. Ooh, the spinning beat actually counterpokes the low sword. That's pretty good.
Nice overhead.
Yeah, no, Mallet Smash is what I would call one of Elena's few good special moves in this game. Alright, Stonebunny getting pushed into the corner real quick.
Yeah, and TigerLily I've noticed so far has been using jumping as like a really consistent approach option, sometimes even doing a little empty neutral jump.
Yeah. Makoto's anti-air is a little bit weird. By hitboxes, she doesn't have, like, some of her anti-airs are pretty alright. She has stand short, stand forward. Stand forward is like a single parry, it's not cancelable. It's a little bit weird in this game. There is some, like, really tricky stuff you can do if you're sort of very knowledgeable and very, you know, ready for responding to what your opponent might do. But, you know, Stonebunny is a little bit of a newer player, and so I'm not sure that stuff is very intuitive to someone who's played other Street Fighters even. You know, the presence of being able to parry in the air is very, like, weird as far as that goes. That was a very rare sighting of a Fukiage punishing a DP.
Yeah, it's honestly that was the move I was thinking of as what would you do as an anti-air?
Fukiage, the problem with Fukiage is that it goes straight up, and usually when someone's jumping at you, they're landing in front of you. Maybe if they're going for a cross, it could be something, but ooh, super,
wow,
just
the tip of the knuckles.
Yeah, that super has good vacuum in. If the first hit hits you, pretty much the whole thing is going to, unless you're airborne in a really weird way. We're seeing a lot of supers punishing each other for whipping stuff in each other's faces. Tries to jump out, but the Mallet Smash, one of its good features is that it, what's it called? It goes up very high and comes down, so it covers a lot of vertical distance as well as moving forward and being an overhead.
Getting some whiffed specials here.
Yeah,
both players are kind of lashing out at each other, trying to see what'll land.
Yeah, seeing a lot of raw Fukiage from Stonebunny. I would not really ever use that move in that way. It can be a specific anti-air, especially if they are going for jump and parry. But other than that, it's not really something that you throw out in neutral unless you're really prepared for them to do something really specific. Some normals that, you know, where you stick your hand out somewhat high, like Ken's Far Strong, for example, can be with punished by Fukiage, but it's a bit novel.
Yeah, my impression is it may be a case of maybe some slipping inputs, maybe attempting to do a DP motion instead of like a half circle or a quarter circle. Because occasionally you know might try to do one special like a Hayate and maybe you accidentally do Fukiage.
Yeah, that's true.
You're getting
if you're walking forward, it's not always what you want. Hayate's a bit strange to throw out sort of randomly in neutral, but it is a very good whiff punish. You know, it moves forward very quickly and it's active for long enough. Like a situation like that we just saw can punish someone pressing buttons, and people do love pressing buttons in neutral in this game. Especially Elena players, it's very incentivized towards doing that.
Nice command grab. Ooh, good follow-up. Nice. Stonebunny after that command grab did a nice little combo and then went into a super.
Yeah, I think you could have killed straight off the Karakusa just by doing Fierce Hayate super, but you know, she went for just like another Hayate, expecting TigerLily to try to press something, maybe jump, and was able to combo it to a super, which is very nice. That's a punish.
Ooh.
Yeah, not seeing a ton of punishes off of these random Hayates, and Hayate is pretty much always punishable, the non-EX version on block. Yeah, I would like to see going in after that EX, because EX is pretty safe on block, and obviously if it hits, you're getting a knockdown, you want to cover that ground. Makoto is, of course, a rush-down character, so you want to get in their face as much as you can, take every opportunity possible. Elena very good at keeping Makoto out, so in this matchup, you don't want to let her get away, even though she's very good.
And Makoto has to, you know, use her movement options very carefully.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm not sure how familiar Stone Bunny is with Makoto, but I am sensing like maybe like a need to like overcome that slow walk and dash speed, like just trying to move around the screen any way she can.
Yeah, we're seeing a quick 3-0 from TigerLily. You know, there were some good rounds in there from Stone Bunny for sure, but she hasn't been able to chain 2 in a row. I noticed towards the end there, TigerLily was going for the throws, you know, very good, just like dashing in as soon as it's safe. Once that Fukiyage whiffs, it's whiffing for a while, so it's pretty bad to, you know, do that and it's not successful. Something that specifically it can punish in this matchup is like mallet smash or maybe towards strong overhead, but you have to have a really hard read to go for something like that, and it's usually just not worth it, I would say. Yeah, you want to use Makoto's good priority buttons like stand strong, crouch short, jump forward even. Jump medium kick is a really good normal, and its hitbox can really stuff out a lot of these options that TigerLily's throwing out. Mallet smash often gets hit by it, a lot of overheads get hit by it.
Stone Bunny seems to be kind of experimenting with some like fake out Hayates, doing a little bit of a charge and then kind of canceling it. But that didn't really go so well for this round. Let's see what she thinks to do next.
Hayate cancel is a bit, you know, novel to use like that because usually you don't really need to react to the startup of a Hayate because you can just block it and punish it. So I'm not really sure sort of what the angle is there. You can maybe freak people out a little bit. It does move her hurt box backwards slightly. Like it can avoid the twins' normal throws because their normal throw range is so short, but Elena doesn't have trouble throwing you, generally.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some more whipped Fukiages in that round, and I stick by my theory. I think it might be just some input slips, like trying to do one thing and getting another. When you're under a lot of pressure in a matchup, like you can be all thumbs. You can just be making all kinds of mistakes. You know, sometimes your brain is just totally on lock in the lab, but once you're in an actual set, like you start to lose it.
Oh yeah.
TigerLily using I think that's forward medium or excuse me. Would it be forward? I forget the term.
I would say something like towards forward. You know, usually if you're using forward to mean medium pick, you don't want to mix it with forward to mean the direction.
Yeah, but TigerLily using that button for some good spacing.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good overhead. It's pretty fast. Good at counter poking. Good at just poking in general. It's also her Kara throw button. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a Kara throw yet from TigerLily. Ooh, that looks good. Yep. Catch Elena pressing
follow
something. EXTP, but not a great punish, just low short. You gotta be kind of ready for those. One thing that Third Strike has a lot is, you know, things happen relatively quickly compared to other fighting games, so even something like punishing a DP, you really gotta be on point for it, and you gotta have sort of the muscle memory for it. You can't just be... You can't take all the time in the world to think about it in the moment. You have to be ready with what you're going for, and that's something that I certainly struggled with a lot when I was newer at this game. Especially when you have to, you know, make sure you're not hitting them airborne, because then you get an air reset. With Makoto, for example, pretty much anything you're doing in a punish like that, you're canceling the Hayate, and again, pretty bad thing to whiff, pretty bad thing to get blocked.
I did see a very niche use case for Fukiyage. There was an interaction where I think Makoto's hurt box must have retracted just enough that one of Elena's jump and normals whiffed. You could sort of do that, but again, the ending like recovery frames on it are still not going to leave you in a good position. Nice sweep. Go overhead.
Once again, Stonebunny just getting pushed into the corner like this. She does manage to jump over, find a way out, and now TigerLily's in the same position. You really don't want to be in the corner against either of these characters. Elena is very good at poking you out of using the space. That's a nice link though. Actually, that didn't link, but
good.
A lot of these raw supers have been disconnecting. So these players both very antsy, I think, and very pressing buttons. Again, a lot of people love pressing buttons in Third Strike. It's classic. You build meter from doing it on whiff, and you get to have priority against someone whose buttons aren't, they're not pressing them as often.
And this game has a lot of, I don't want to say big normals like, say, an Arxis game, but because it's so well animated and the characters are all so, like, unique, like, sometimes it can be fun to see just what, like, a direction and a button will do. And you can surprise people with something like toward forward, like, it looks good and it does a really good job at spacing.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, the good range, that's one thing that Elena has no shortage of, is buttons with good range. We get the TigerLily classic. We saw her do that to Shogun multiple times, actually, where she just jumps over you, lands, expecting you to do something, and just supers through it. It's Tails all this time. It can hit anyone. It's worked on me many times. If you played this game, it's probably worked on you at least once.
Yeah. I find it, to me, jumping over an opponent and inputting super feels like something a grappler would do, but I suppose it can be done with just about any type of character.
Yeah, there's not a ton of, like, invincibility in this game, generally speaking, and supers have prio over anything. If two moves hit at the same time, but one of them was a super and the other one wasn't, the super's winning out, so you get a lot of mileage out of that in this game in particular. If they press literally anything at all except their own super, yours is going to win out. And as far as anti-airs go, in this game, some of the best ones are waiting for your opponent to land and then doing something, and so the empty jump super is the perfect counter to that, regardless of whether it's a grappler super or not. Yeah. That's one thing that I would say advantages Makoto in this particular situation, is that as far as raw supers go, it's hard to find one stronger than, say, Chusengo Danzuki. Yeah, nice finishing off the spin set.
Yep, backing off after the EX Hayate.
Punish that? No punish. Low strong definitely can punish block Hayate, but there's not a ton of hit stop on it. It's a little bit of a hard special move to punish if you haven't done it 1,000 times. It's weirdly deceptive like that. There's a lot of that in this game too.
It is part of the reason I fear the Makoto matchup as Alex. I'm often not sure when it is safe to punish a Hayate with pretty much any strength. I guess I just need more matchup practice.
Yeah, you do need fast buttons. With Alex, for example, it'd probably be, stand strong, but we're seeing, no combo. That's one thing that is pretty hard to not do. If you're starting a quarter circle and you hit the fierce just slightly too late, you can get a crouch fierce instead of stand fierce. That's pretty bad for Karaku's to follow up. Jump over scratch wheel, my goodness.
You win.
Oh no.
Pretty much the same principle applies as with jump over empty jump super. But yeah, Stonebunny really gonna have to turn something around. I think a lot of, shoring up the punishes, we're seeing a lot of these raw supers from TigerLily, and Stonebunny is not often punishing them. She recovers slightly far away from you, and so I'd say Makoto's really only good punish on that is probably just down strong. Does combo to any strength Hayate. But you gotta get the timing right. You don't want to be in the air when you when you hit him, or else you just get air reset. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, at the start of this round, Stonebunny has been taking advantage of the pushback on Hayate on block, following up with some crouching normals. But now, TigerLily's got a life lead and is catching the slide.
Yep. Oh. Ah, no, spin side is too slow to punish that though. Non-EX spin side is really slow. It's not that good in general, I would say. You know, often you can get a crouch strong to EX spin side. That's a good combo starter. Alright, we're gonna see some
waited for a jump.
No, goes into the corner herself. Not great. Ah. Now you gotta keep holding block. Even true block strings in third strike will let you get hit if you stop blocking. Ooh, that Fukiage actually hit. Not sure what TigerLily pressed. Got stuffed out in pretty much the first frame.
A little bit of leapfrog back and forth. Stonebunny kind of just using jumps to keep TigerLily in the corner, but now they're reversed. Back in the center.
That's too far away. You see a punish? Yep. Right horn, just a small little punish. Alright, Stonebunny taking the round. For a punish like that, with Elena's Super 1, you don't get as good as something. You need to like dash up maybe to get something. Brave Dance goes much further, much faster, but we know from the past that TigerLily does prefer the spinning beat. It's better as an anti-air. Stocks more bar, has a shorter bar itself. I would say that Super 1 and Super 2 are pretty even as far as Elena's Supers go. They each have little advantages between them, but are ultimately pretty similar besides them.
And then, of course, there's Super 3.
Also a good super, honestly. All three of Elena's Supers are
I mean,
good.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Super 3 is as infamous in Third Strike as its equivalent in Ultra 4 is.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good comeback from TigerLily there, though. I really thought Stonebunny was about to have it. I was going to suggest maybe just, you know, backing off, keeping your space. You know, you have the life lead. You don't really need to go in that badly. And if there's no threat of healing, then how is Elena going to steal the life lead from you outside of getting in? And Kodo can keep people out. She has good pokes for that, like low forward. But, you know, TigerLily completed the comeback. Very nice. Going up 8-0. Could see another 10-0, which we have seen in the past in this series.
It's interesting because I believe TigerLily lost her first attempt against Shogun.
Yes.
0-10.
Yeah, so, you know, winning 10-0 could be seen as redemption in that case then. Oh, that super's gonna beat that. I like that smear frame, though, on the super freeze.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Some of my favorite smear frames in this game are Makoto sprites, just from different animations.
Yeah, no, they're great. Makoto, the character herself, she doesn't move very much. It's mostly her gi that moves around her. You know, it's that oversized gi from her father. And so, you know, the character is very still. And so whenever you see smear frames, it's when she has that brief burst of movement. That's kind of how she goes. It's going to catch us in anti-air. Supers, of course, cause a hard knockdown, so no ability to quick stand that, and you won't get time to punish. That's one thing that Spinning Beat for sure has over Brave Dance is it's much better as an anti-air.
Caught with the Fukiage.
That, but oh no, gets cheaped out by the wake up throw-in vulnerability, and that's gonna work. You need to full parry on that when you're at pixel health. So we're already at match point now for TigerLily.
Yeah, it's been a very quick first to 10 so far.
Yeah, I mean, again, Stonebunny has been putting together some rounds, but she hasn't been able to get a chain of 2 of them. It can be pretty hard. We're seeing a lot of the things that are, you know, winning her rounds are these sort of raw supers that connect and do almost all of TigerLily's health. It does maybe like 50%. It's a very strong super, but the problem is that it only stocks a single bar, and that bar is pretty long. So we haven't been able to see that, you know, work 2 rounds in a row. And I think, you know, building a more complete game plan, per se, with a lot of the mix-ups, you know, you get mix-ups after Hayate hits. Building a more complete game plan with those sort of mix-ups in mind can be a better way to chain together rounds. Because again, we're seeing a lot of errant hits, but not too much damage comes of them overall. Makoto's a very high damage character, but only if you know how to pilot her, and only if you can make the damage come out yourself.
Yeah, and again, and this may be me projecting, but again, it does seem like Stone Bunny occasionally is just getting impatient, like not liking the default walk speed, just going for Hayates to just close distance.
I mean, it's impossible to not get impatient against Elena. That character is so frustrating to fight. But here we go. We're seeing a round start to get formed here. If we can, get maybe like one more poke, one more mix-up off of it, this could be the end. You do need to block both hits of that overhead, but that is it. TigerLily takes it 10-0. So we have our winner.
And decisively at that. I noticed there wasn't a lot of blocking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there wasn't really any parrying, not judging at all for that, but for Stone Bunny, I was noticing like just taking a lot of hits, moving forward too much, not backing off, and there was like a very, very good life lead towards the end there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you really need to push life leads like that. Once your opponent dies in one mix-up, they're in panic mode, and it's like, oh, if I block low and they go for Karakusa, I'm dead. If I jump Karakusa and they go for low short, I'm also dead. And that's the thing that Makoto really needs to exploit. And I think that's something that I would like to see going forward from Stone Bunny is, getting the good combos, getting the mix-up pushing, because again, you do get a mix-up after Hayate, hitting anyway. And, pushing stuff like that is really how you put rounds together as Makoto and how you close them out as Makoto. But, that's something that can only be done with time, only can be done with, just more and more experience. And as I said before, I think Stone Bunny's a somewhat newer addition to our community, and we're glad to have her. And I'd say thank you to the players for the nice little first 10. If you want to, participate in one of these yourself, for example, or see them live, you can get more information about them if you join the Retro Black Sheep Discord server, link in the description. But yeah, no, we'd love to see you come out and play some retro games with us, especially Third Strike. That's our kind of our favorite one around here. But for now, I've been Spiraler.
And I've been ConManSlam.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Have a good night.